Welcome to Coach Hoots Hot Corner Episode 4, brought to you by bchornetsports.com. I'm Coach Jared Hoots, and on this week's episode, we look back on this week in Hornet sports. We look ahead and preview the holiday basketball tournaments, take a look at other area notes, and finally on the high horse, since it is Christmas week, I did a list of what basketball coaches would ask Santa for this holiday tournament week. Lady Hornets started off their week by getting their first game of the week canceled on Monday due to the snow day. They were supposed to play the Route Rockets, but that got canceled for them. They had to wait till Thursday to take on North Green at home. They got a 51-32 win over North Green for the girls' first conference win of the year at the Nest. The Hornets used a big second quarter to lead them to victory. Belle Cook scored 15 points, and Gabby McGath scored 10 for the Lady Hornets. And then it was on the Saturday where the girls won 54-52 versus Highland, Missouri in the Rumble at the River at John Wood. Katie Flynn led the Hornets with 16 points, and Belle Cook went 9 of 10 from the free throw line to lead the Hornets. The Hornets are now 8-4 on this young season. The girls play at home on Monday versus Beardstown. Then over the Christmas break, they go to the Lady Tiger Classic in Beardstown. The Lady Tiger Classic is a 24-team true double elimination tournament. The first game, the Lady Hornets play the day after Christmas. They play 3-8, the Macomb Bombers, coached by Zach Keene, at 11 o'clock on the day after Christmas, December 26th, in the high school gym at the Lady Tiger Classic in Beardstown. The Bombers is an appropriate name for them. The Bombers will shoot threes in bunches. They play Grinnell-style basketball. For those who don't know, Grinnell is a Division III college located in Grinnell, Iowa. They're an IC's conference, that Midwest Conference. Their former head coach, David Arsenal, made a style of full court pressing and shooting nothing but threes and layups. They also rotate all 5 players every 1 minute and 30 seconds, like a hockey line change. His basketball philosophy was based on math and the utilization of a three-point shot. The overall goal of the system is to take 100 shots, make half the three-point attempts you take, force 32 turnovers, rebound 1/3 of the team's own misses, and outshoot the opponents by 30 attempts. His players double-team the ball everywhere and force turnovers. Also, they have to shoot within 10 seconds of the shot clock. He once said at the clinic that I was at that they work on it in practice. So if you have the ball with 10 seconds left, you must shoot it. His first 2 years, he tried to play normal basketball at their school, but you have to have a 30 on your ACT to go there. He wanted to make it fun and exciting for the kids, so this is what he came up with. What kid would not want to just go to the basketball game and chuck up threes? Under that system, guard Jack Taylor scored an NCAA record 138 points in 2012 and then 109 in 2013. So if you go see the Lady Hornets play in Beardstown, you might see a very unique system that you don't see very well employed by Zach Keene and the Macomb Bombers. They started out at 1-3, or they started out at 1-7, but they won at least 4 straight now. So they're kind of getting hot for this tournament run. Winning, or if they happen to win, the Hornets turn around and put on those green uniforms and play 9-2 Illini West at 2 o'clock in the high school gym that same day. The loaded field at the Lady Beardstown Tiger Classic. Lewiston is the number 1 seed. They had a great Final Four run last year. Route has not lost a game. They're the 2 seed. Illini Bluffs is the 3, and Illini West is the 4. So I know this is going to be carried on bchornetsports.com. So if you can't make it over to Beardstown, you can watch on YouTube with Steve and who else is broadcasting the game. It's a great tool if you're enjoying the Christmas dinner or family over for the holidays and you can't make it over to Beardstown to support our girls. Taking a look at the area standings right now, our own BC Hornet girls right now are sitting at 5-4 and 1-2 in the conference. The West Central Lady Cougars are 5-2 right now, 3-1 in the conference. The Route girls are 12-0 and 3-0 in the conference. Greenfield Northwestern is 4-4 and 1-3 in the conference. Calhoun's down for 0-4 right now. North Green is 6-6 and 1-2 in the conference. Triopia is 5-7 and 2-2 in the conference, and Carrollton is 8-3 and 1-1 in the conference right now as we speak. Yeah, the boys round here. On Tuesday, the Brown County boys got their first win at home. They started their week with a win versus ISD. The win gives the Hornets their second victory in the conference. The Hornets got out to a 29-10 lead in the first quarter. A lot of Hornets saw quality minutes in the win. Chance Fuqua led the Hornets with 11 points and Gabe Blakely added 10. This will probably be the last time the Hornets will play ISD. The ISD superintendent wrote on December 9th in a press release, "It is with a heavy heart that I have announced that ISD will not be able to offer a few sports for next year due to lack of student interest. Our numbers are just not where they used to be able to field a team in the following sports: football, volleyball, basketball, and cheerleading. Track and field will continue to be offered at the school. Over the years, I've respected a lot of the kids and coaches who were part of the ISD athletics. There's always kids who played hard, and they had a lot of school pride. I can only imagine how hard it was to communicate during games. I remember the likes of LeCedric Browns and Pierre Pierce during football and basketball games, just to name a few that were really good athletes that came through ISD. Then how proud their cheerleaders beamed with pride as they sang the national anthem during their home games. It's always good, in my eyes, that they're keeping their track program. It's been a staple of their school for a very long time. On Friday, the Hornets beat Beardstown 64-61. The Hornets played their tail off against a very athletic Beardstown team on Friday. It was a very back-and-forth, highly entertaining game. Tate Fullerton made clutch free throws down the stretch to secure the win. Freshman Cole Beheimer showed great poise as he stepped to the free throw line and dropped in 2 free throws to give the Hornets a 3-point lead with under a minute to go. Nathan Henniker led the Hornets with 27 points. The following night on Saturday, the Hornets went to the John Wood Rumble on the River and lost by 1 point to Highland, Missouri on a last-second shot. Nathan Henniker led the Hornets with 14 points. Sometimes it's a little hard for a young team coming off a big win to refocus that next night. Hopefully the Hornets learn their lesson and come ready to play during tournament time, since you'll probably have to play back-to-back games. Speaking of tournaments, the Hornets spend their Christmas tournament at Macomb. The Hornets will start off the Macomb Holiday Tournament at 9 a.m. in the morning versus the 7-3 Liberty Eagles. The Eagles are led by seniors Landon Ober and Jordan Nyson. The two teams the Hornets would match up with would either be Canton Little Giants at 0-5, they're a 3A school, or Taylor Rock Ridge at 5-3. The top 4 seeds for Macomb is West Hancock, coached by Reno Pixton. They are led by Drake Hamill, who averages 20 points a game right now, is one of the best offensive players in the area. Number 2 is A-Town Abington at 6-3. Rock Ridge Rockets are number 3 seed at 5-3, and Farmington Farmers are 6-2, led by Jeff Otto's 5-out motion offense. Macomb only seeds the top 4 teams and places all the others. They are supposed to have people watch every game and every team to bring back information to the group of what they saw. I could never understand why, for example, we are playing Liberty in the first round and they put us against somebody that we see during our regular schedule, whereas there's plenty of teams in the tournament where that we don't normally see they could put us against. I'd always enjoy playing against somebody new. I don't think that would be too hard to do with the number of resources that they have. Other tournaments of interest for us is the Waverly Tournament, and those seeds are out. It is also a Christmas tournament. West Central is the 1, Auburn is the 2, Athens is the 3, and New Berlin is the 4. This is another true double elimination tournament. Also, looking forward to January, the Winchester seeds are out, and the Brown County Hornets got the number 8 seed. They'll face West Central's JV at 10:30 in the morning. The number 1 seed is West Central, the number 2 seed is Payson, the number 3 seed is Porta, and the number 4 seed is Calhoun. I believe in those top 4 seeds, I think Porta is the only team so far that has lost a game, and that was to a 3A team in their Thanksgiving shootout that they normally go to. We will take a deeper look at this tournament in the next week's podcast. In other area notes, the IHSA schools voted down the start of districts in 2021 football season. The districts were supposed to come into play, but was voted down. So far right now, conferences is how the football is going to be run and how the playoffs will remain the same as we normally know it. I know our coaches like the conference system because we're in a very strong conference and solid conference in the WIVC conference that nobody's looking to leave, everybody's looking to join, but there's some teams like West Hancock, for example, that don't have a conference and they got to travel all the way to Missouri and up to Northern Illinois just to fill their 9 games to play. I think if districts would pass it, we would just be passing on somebody else's problems to different teams. Our system that we got right now is not perfect by any means, but it works as of right now. Taking a look at the conference standings right now for boys basketball, with a few more boys games being played. The Brown County boys sit at 6-4 and 2-1 in the conference. West Central is a perfect 8-0 and 2-0 in the conference. Routt is at 5-2 and 1-0 in the conference. Greenfield Northwestern comes in at 4-2. Calhoun is a perfect 5-0. Griggsville Perry is 0-7. North Green is 4-3 and 1-0 in the conference. Pleasant Hill is 0-4 right now and 0-1 in the conference. Triopia is 5-4 and 2-1 in the conference. ISD is 0-5 and 0-3 in the conference, and Carrollton is 2-4 and 1-1 in the conference. On this week's Coach Hoots' High Horse, since it is Christmas week, we're going to talk about what you might find on a basketball coach's holiday tournament wish list. I think the first thing that you would find on a coach's wish list is just to be able to coach his or her team. Some of you are wondering, what do I mean by that? Some people are under the assumption that coaches just go to practice for 2 hours and then coach the game whenever the game comes around. Well, all the extra stuff like calling in stats to the media outlets, putting the stats in for record keeping, the phone calls at 11 p.m. from the newspaper wanting a quote when the person they sent to the game forgot to get one, making bus schedules for 5 different games depending on whether you win or you lose, making a scouting report for 2 different teams depending on whether you win or lose so you can share it with the team after the game. I think another thing that would be on the coach's Christmas list would be a good time slot for their holiday tournament game. They don't want a 9 a.m. time slot, or they don't want a 9:30 at night's time slot. Coaches worry themselves to death over if it's in the morning, what time do we need to leave to make sure the kids are awake for the game? If it's a late night game, coaches worry or try to decide what time should we have to do a walkthrough. We need to get them up so they're awake. Are they going to go back to sleep? What time should we do it? Should we do it before we leave? A nice 4 o'clock game slot would be great for the first 2 rounds. You get up at a normal time, you're home at a normal time. You have the big games in your 3rd and 4th round at 7:30 for championship games would be a coach's dream. Another thing on the list is a warm bus once you get on it. This time of year, it's pretty freezing. There's nothing worse than a 9 a.m. bus trip with your feet just freezing, and that first time you get angry at those refs and you do that famous foot stomp, boy, that kind of hurts the feet after you get done with that. Another thing is hot food in the hospitality room. After the game, there's nothing worse after a loss than wanting to drown your sorrows in some food, but all you get is a hot dog. There was pizza, wings, lasagna, all kinds of homemade goodies before the game, but all the tournament workers ate them while your game was going on, and all you're left was a hot dog and a Burger King apple pie. So that's what my coach's list for this year, my coach's wish list out there for this year for the holiday tournaments. If you're looking for what to give a special gift to the coach, I have one for you. It's a simple thank you. Thanks for all the time and the effort you spend away from your family to be there for your team. Thank you will go a long way in helping your coach be able to relax and enjoy the holiday season. When they're not making scouting reports, getting bus times, scouting games, and getting all their honeydew stuff at home done for their wives during the holiday season. And last but not leastly, thanks for listening. Merry Christmas to everybody out there, and hope you guys tune in next week to Coach Hoots' Hot Corner. This has been a production of bchornetsports.com. This is Coach Jared Hoots signing off. Get out and support your BC Hornets this week, and remember, make sure you're living life like a 3-1 count. See you next week.